Hi, I'm Barry Bricky with the Kingsport Fire Department. Today I have all of our inspectors with us from our Fire Prevention Division at the Fire Department. And today we're going to talk about the different things that we do as fire prevention for the city. I have with me today, I have Inspector Barry Carr, Inspector Megan Jones, and Inspector Roger Hensley. Now, I've got a few questions we're going to talk about. And one of those things is, when we go out to a business, and when I asked Inspector Jones actually, when we go out to a business, what are some of the things that we look for when we go out there?
Inspectors do periodic inspections of all businesses in the city of Kingsport. These are routine fire prevention inspections. We are there for the safety of the business owners and their workers, for the public that comes into these businesses, and for the firefighters that might have to eventually come in for an emergency situation.
Inspector Hensley, some of the things that we look for when we go out into a business. I know one of those things is fire extinguishers. Can you kind of tell us a little bit about what we look for when we go into a business when we're looking at those extinguishers?
Yes, we go in and check the fire extinguishers, and we would like for you to have a yearly inspection on them. 6-year maintenance is required. A 12-year hydrostatic is required, and that's where they take and test the cylinder to make sure it's pressurized where it would hold, and the biggest thing is to have someone to know how to use a fire extinguisher.
Now, if somebody doesn't know, they can contact us in the fire marshal's office, and I can come out, or one of our inspectors can come out and show your business and all of your employees how to use a fire extinguisher if that were ever to happen, that you had a fire and you would need one of those. Now, Inspector Cars, one of the other things that we look at is the egress. Now, a lot of people don't know what egress means. Kind of tell us what that is and what we look for.
Egress basically means the exit going out of your business. Fire code requires a minimum of 30 to 36 inch clearance around your exit, and we want to make sure that the door is unlocked and unbarred in case you need to exit the business in case of emergency, and it may not necessarily be a fire event.
Well, there's all kinds of different things in every business, whether it's an extinguisher, your exit routes, and there's other things like your emergency lighting. Inspector Jones, what do we look for in the emergency lighting in a business that can help a business out?
It's important to test your emergency lights and your exit signs for 30 seconds one time a month and for 90 minutes annually. Logging these tests will help you to keep up with the maintenance of these lights as you test them throughout the year. The batteries in these lights are similar to car batteries. If you leave your car sitting there and you don't start that car for a year, you know when you go out to start it, when you eventually need it, it's not going to work. So the same goes for the batteries in your emergency lighting. These batteries can get expensive, so testing them will actually help you save money in the long run.
Okay, well, we've talked a little bit about some things that would help you if there were emergencies, like those extinguishers and your exit routes, and of course your emergency lighting. Now, some prevention things that we also look at is one of the most common, actually, is extension cords. Inspector Hensley, tell us a little bit about those extension cords and what kind of hazards they can be and what people should have.
Extension cords are temporary wiring. They're only to be able to use for 90 days. If you do use an extension cord, make sure it has a ground on it or a 3-prong plug. And power strips are okay. The only thing about a power strip is that you cannot plug a power strip into a power strip, and you're only allowed one power strip per receptacle.
Now, I know they make some longer cord, actually, power strips. They have those out now, right?
Yes, sir, they do. They make them up to, I think they're 20 foot long now.
So those could be used instead of an extension cord, and that would be safe, right?
Yes, it would.
All right. Now, some of the other things we look at is the storage areas. I know that a lot of people have different storage areas in their buildings, and Inspector Carr, what are some of the things that we look at in storage and also maybe around electrical boxes and rooms like that?
If it's a designated storage or mechanical room, fire code does not allow any type of storage inside that room. And the reason for that, we want to maintain a clearance around that electrical panel. If you had an emergency where fire crews need to access that panel, we want to be able to get to it quickly to shut power off if necessary, and basically keep from combustible that are stored in that area from catching on fire and furthering the fire event. And we want to keep that contained and controlled.
Absolutely. Now, I know that one of the big things that we've also been looking at, and we've had some problems, and those problems have actually led to fires in businesses, is businesses using candles. I know Inspector Jones got some information about that. What can you tell us about candles?
Well, we recommend that you do not use candles in your businesses or inside your homes, but if you do choose to burn candles, never leave one unattended. Keep the wicks around 1/4 of an inch or less. Extinguish and discard any used candles that have burned down to within 2 inches of their holder or any decorative materials. Keep candles at least a foot away from anything that can or will burn. Don't place lit candles in windows or near doorways where a draft can come and bring combustibles in contact with that flame. You could always use scented oils, potpourri, or reed diffusers instead.
Now, each of the things we've talked about today are things that we look for as a fire marshal's office to help prevent fires in businesses and help keep you and your customers and all of our citizens safe. Now, if you have any questions about anything we talked about or any other questions that have to do with fire safety or your building, you can give us a call at 423-229-9440.